pet it as long as you're slow like that. Press them as hard as you want, they just don't like fast and they don't like that. So we transfer her on her Snuggie. That's how she knows she's going from one person to another. We say, night-night. There you go, baby. And then she's going to come to you. She'll most likely want to hang right around your neck. Let me pull this out of there. If you put your hand under the bottom end of her right there, give her a little support. So she doesn't hold on so hard and know she's not going to fall. And that is Zoe. Zoe is a two-toed sloth. Alive in the world today, there's two-toed sloths and three-toed sloths. She used to shove her face up in people's hair, but it's not the best for the pictures. So Kevin is live on TikTok and
YouTube.
So you would be able to probably chop up and put a shorter version up later. Those are appropriate. You can download them if you want to. They do go away after about 30 days or so. So sometime like next month, if you want to download that video, just download it so you can save it. You can take all the pictures and all the video you want of your own. We're not one of these comedy places that charges you for a picture. So anyhow, she is a two-toed sloth. Alive in the world today, there are two-toed sloths and three-toed sloths. And our other Sloth Encounters is more about facts, this one's more about show. So I'll tell you as much as you want to know about a sloth.
I've watched a lot of your videos, so I've gotten a lot of
You probably
that.
heard me drone on a fair amount.
That is fun. I love this. This has been a bucket list for me. So this is everything expected on Christmas.
Is it? Excellent.
She look at that.
So when your birthday comes around, you can come back and see the newest, littlest one.
I've seen them. Oh my goodness.
Dash.
I've seen videos. That would be so cute.
So how far is the drive from Evansville?
I think we got about 5.5 hours for the home.
Oh, that's not so bad. I mean, heck, Nashville's 3.
Yes. We're about 2.5.
It's funny how much faster you can drive to other parts, to other states than other parts of our state.
Mm-hmm.
I think Memphis is what, 7 hours?
Well-
There was it. It took me about 8.
6 if you drive it. 5 if Michael drives it. I went to go see my daughter in Oklahoma City and we were, it was for her white coat ceremony. And I didn't punch it into the map until we got in the car. And I had checked it in my phone. And I knew it was like 11 hours, but we're driving my wife's car that has to be charged along the way. And I'm like, 16 hours? Pulled into the airport and rented the car. So the biggest difference between Zoe and Dash and Flash is all the sloth is the way that they were raised. So you probably already heard me say about who bred these.
I know did you get her and Dash like the same people?
Yeah. So her and Dash come from a guy in South Florida who doesn't like me to name his name because he doesn't like people calling him. But he is a retired doctor of veterinary medicine. He's been doing sloth conservation and breeding captive sloths for about 30 years now. And he has a gene system that his mother animals are clicker trained. So click, 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 I'm going to take the baby, but it will be back. So the mothers aren't stressed about it, and therefore the babies aren't stressed about it. So he starts out when they're 2 weeks old, holding them for 30 seconds, then 45 seconds, then a minute. So on and so forth, until by the time the mother has weaned them of her own volition, the baby's being held for 30, 45 minutes, several times a day. And so they are 100% people oriented from birth. And so they get all the social and nutritional benefit of being a mother-raised animal, while at the same time getting all the social value of being a people-raised animal. So she will be able to be a holdable sloth for all of her life. probably smelling some lotion or something.
How big is he?
Like 15 pounds.
Yeah, he's long.
She's about 9 pounds right now. I just took a picture the other day of all 3 sloths at once. Not sure if Kevin has posted any of these pictures anymore, but that's all 3 sloths in one picture. So that's Flash, and that's Toad, and that's Dash.
You know that she loves you.
She can't see hardly at all, so she heard me say her name.
Yeah.
Not so much my voice as her name. So she hears me talk all day, every day, and doesn't pay any attention, but when I say her name, she looks right away.
She knows she's smart.
Yeah, well, and she knows me. So, if you've seen her online, she's towards the end of her body schedule. So if you look at her right now, she's big and pear-shaped like a little fat Buddha. So probably she will go to the bathroom tonight, and that's why she'll be cylinder shaped again. And when they go to the bathroom, they do literally, that's a good yawn. You need to catch a yawn from a sloth, right? So with most animals, we find that animals mirror people. That, a person's all amped up and excitable, so is the animal. With the sloths, we find most people mirror sloths that come in all, jazzed up and excited, and then by the time you hold a sloth for 10 minutes, you just all chill. Well, that's our newest experience, is a sloth keeper for a day. We do this for 3 hours instead of 30 minutes. You cut the top of it off in your picture there.
Well, just, yeah. Yeah, she's been talking about this forever.
My wife talked about it forever until we finally went to see us, before we had sloths. Until we finally were on a cruise in Honduras, and they had a sloth petting there. And it was cool, because we've never pet a sloth before, but it was quite a bit more money than this for 30 seconds.
Oh, wow.
And those sloths are wild, these sloths are not.
I also like that you'll have like a visit for like not overseeing all the other.
Yeah, they only do 2 encounters a day, that's it. And the only thing that, she'll sit there in your lap and go to sleep, but every time that we transfer them from one person to another, that's what gets them going again. And, it doesn't really get her going, but if we were one of these places that's booking every 15 minutes for 10 hours of the day, it would be absolutely wore out.
Yeah.
And, that's the other reason that the sloth keeper for a day is gonna be 1 or 2 people, and that's it for 3 hours. And you just sit and hold us, primarily private women will kind of do what people want to do, but most of it, we just sit and hold a sloth for a couple hours. But, that one is very, very limited. Because basically we'll be shutting down all of our other encounters, so we do just that for 3 hours.
I just like that it's still not supposed to be done.
Well, they are accustomed to being held by us for as much as 8 or 10 hours a day.
That's a lot different than talking around with strangers.
Very, very different, yeah. And for this, I think the minimum age is 8 for a sloth keeper for a day. Have to be at least one who's an adult, and minimum age is 13.
So we don't get it. Bring our kids back and stay in that condo,
I think up there is pretty cool. The place in the world, I know you can have a sloth for a roommate. The environment next door to us here is 2 stories tall, and it comes up inside of the apartment. So there's like a picture window that's like the size of this whole wall. And the sloth gets nose to nose up with you at night. If you like go up to the window and you just stand like this, he'll be on the other side. And he'll be like following you around with his nose. And so all the glass is all smeared from his nose rubbing around the glass. So Kevin just brought us a better ladder that's one of these that just telescopes up, because we've been in there trying to get an extension ladder in there, which is no small feat, to clean that glass from time to time. But Kevin's better at finding ingenious things than I am. Oh no, she's wide awake. Kevin, you see by her respiration that she's just chilling, she's not asleep. Let me see, should put it outside, so I'll ask you a picture. So you see the size of her teeth, right?
Oh, yes, that's.
So if you look at many other sloth encounters out there, their sloths are toothless because they pull their teeth. Because, they don't enjoy it the way that ours do, because they're little working animals that do it if they like it or not. And they don't want the sloth to be able to bite someone, so they pull their teeth.
Oh,
I
wow.
would call that animal cruelty. So, you'd like people to at least see one time that our sloths have all of their teeth and they're huge. If they didn't want to be held around your neck, it would be.
She nibbled me, but she didn't bite hard at all. She was kind of like licking me and nibbled.
And she's tasty. Yeah, if a sloth bit you, it would not be a good thing. So when the sloths come to us from where you're dating us from, they just come snuggle you all day, every day. And the little ones are so little they don't hang really around your neck, they like grab onto your arm and hang on your neck a lot of the time. Or the little guy, you'll see him in pictures that he's just like laid right here and like spread eagle all the way across. It's pretty fun. How old are your kids?
The ones we would bring are 13 and 10.
Yeah.
We have some older ones. We have 2 18-year-olds and a 20-year-old.
I range from 38 down to 20.
I have 3 boys. He's got a boy and a girl. But the 13-year-old girl and the 10-year-old, I think would love this.
I have 10. But almost none of them still live at home by the time they're here. Yeah.
He does
Well, I
it.
can tell you it
He
is
does
tremendously much work.
I know it's a lot of work. We have a lot of dogs right now, but I've had 13 or 2 weeks.
You can put up with it, you can put up with just about anything.
They were a handful.
I have goats, people love the goats, but if it wasn't for people who love goats, I wouldn't keep them.
They definitely, the area I had them in, they had it was on there very quickly, so it became a good chore, but they would follow you around. I had one, my son had one when he was little, that would just walk behind you on the dog, but would be headbutting you in the butt as he's walking behind you.
Our petting farm is really, really big for the number of animals that are in it, so that it does keep fresh grass in it. And then we keep hay in front of them all the time, as much as they want, so they don't tear the grass up so bad. But, and then because we have multiple breeds of animals out there, we have little separate pens. So, goats get goat food, the sheep get sheep food, the pigs get pig food, the horses get horse food when they're not in the kitchen. And, so they aren't so hard on the grass because they're just full all the time.
How old are these guys?
This one is around 20, that one's around 15. Boys grow faster than girls. And these two are both 75 or 80 pounds. And then I have 2 tiny, tiny ones upstairs that are about that size. Upstairs right now, there's two tiny tortoises and a albino iguana.
Mm-hmm.
Our iguana is a senior citizen, and we don't know how much longer he'll be with us, so we're trying to channel up another one beyond that. I think there's around 40 breeds around this year. Not counting birds and not counting fish. Well, she just got the yawns for sure today.
Mm-hmm. You want any
So,
spinach, John?
logistics, are you a truck driver?
No, sir, I'm a tool maker, actually.
Oh, okay.
This hat was given to me by some people.
Yeah.
And
John, do you want some spinach?
Oh, she could have some. She a tool and guy die?
yeah, almost 30 years.
What's that put you down to, 15 ago?
Man, I don't know.
So you can see if you want some leaves, just pull it out and I'll time up that too. She may or may not even. Oop, sorry, I scuffled my feet and started over there. It's okay, it's okay. It's a girl. See how good their sense of smell is? I mean, I smell spinach, I don't smell a darn thing, right? But she smells it from you to him.
That's so cute.
Sloths eat tremendously much food, they eat about 10% of their body weight every day. So it's got more of that portage system in it. And it's throwing off my groove. She makes tools, what do you do?
I work for Berry Plastics, so I'm in charge of like maintaining all the molds that we run. Part of my day-to-day, I got like 30 guys under me.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot of fun.
I guess those dyes that they make plastics in are pretty precise, huh?
Yeah.
Or molds, not that.
Yeah, the molds, you know, we've got some 25, 30,000 pound tools, and they're, you know, down to the tenths.
I had to replace the top half of my swimming pool filter this year. And last year I replaced the bottom half, because, you know, the bottom was broke. So this year the top half broke, I ordered the new top half that came, and it misses by that much. I mean, microscopically misses, but it won't seal. And, one is, the bottom half is revision H, and the top half is revision K. Same part number, same model number, same manufacturer, same everything. The revision H, revision K means that they don't fit together. And that's where you're talking about, you know,
Oh yeah,
a tenth of an inch isn't good enough.
they probably had to clean it up at one point in time for damage or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And it sat there for 2.5 months waiting for the guy to come out and put them together. And they're like, well, you're outside of the 30-day return window, so now I have H and K. And had to buy the whole thing to make sure that the top would fit the bottom.
yeah, we have a swimming pool and I think it's pain in the ass.
Mine is one that has cartridge filters, and When it's clean, man, it is clean. But when I bought the house, the guy that was a caretaker here when I bought it, I'm not rich, I don't have a caretaker. The last guy had a caretaker, and this guy, and that guy, and then the other guy, right? And he's like, what you up there to put a sand filter on that unless you want to spend the rest of your entire life cleaning filters? And I'm like, how bad could it be? Well,
I
I'll tell you.
understand.
We have a sand filter, it's like 300 pounds, I think.
Well, the cartridges, there's no backwash. You have to take the whole thing apart, take the cartridges out, clean them.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like much fun at all.
No backwash.
Yeah, ours has, backflushing units and,
Yeah.
but there is a little maintenance on it as well. It's not too terribly bad, but
Mine's built inside of a overhang of the building with a fence around it. And they say that a big enough sand filter wouldn't fit inside of there.
how many gallons is the pool?
60,000.
Oh, that's quite a bit bigger than ours, it's only like 40,000. I mean, the
That's
kids
my
love
best
it.
guess, based on how long it takes to fill. And, measuring how long it takes to fill a 55-gallon drum 3 times, and average that and multiply it by,
Mhm.
that's how I come up with the best guess. Because at one point last year, when the filter broke, it broke in the night and it pumped the entire volume of the pool out to dry bottom, pumped it out the
Oh,
bottom.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours, it doesn't have any kind of drain or anything in the bottom, it's all the skimmers up at the top. And I tell you what, I put a self-leveling water thing in there. That's the best $60 I've ever spent in my entire
Like
life.
float switch.
It's just like a commode, it's got a little lever in there, and when it's low, it pumps the water in.
Do it
And
all the time, like when you're out in the field, you hear it go. When we aren't home, like,
yeah, when we're gone, it's,
You wanna turn it over?
I don't,
No?
no, she's gonna eat this up.
You're the sloth enabler.
That's
It's
right.
not at all uncommon, there's one that's
he
the
has
sloth.
watched multiple of your videos before, essentially.
Yeah, she's constantly watching the videos and
It's often the case that one is the sloth holder and one's the sloth enabler.
Mhm.
But if you don't focus the both spots, somebody else might be sitting in there. Because we only do 2 encounters a day, that's it. And I think the next time that we have a weekend day available is end of March.
Really, yeah. A lot of interest in people want to go on these spots.
So we're only 14 days into the year, or is it 15 days into the year? I don't know.
15, yeah, they should do.
And so far this year, we've had Manitoba, Canada, Alaska, Washington, California, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, for Miami, Florida, Vermont. It's a unique system, and you can't find sloths everywhere. I haven't looked that way, but I know when we went to the one that was in Honduras, that was the one I could find that you could actually hold a sloth, and it wasn't anything like this.
But they don't see well.
They see terribly, so, basically they, look at their eyes or pupils are like this pinprick right now, so if you did like this, you kind of try to look around like that, that's about what this sloth is seeing right now. But their sense of smell and their sense of hearing are wonderful. So for better or worse, the sloths know what I smell like, they don't ever change clones. And, if it's a hot summer day, they know what I smell like then too. And they know what I sound like, so, when I walk in, I'm like, hey, flash, you can just come straight there. And this one, sitting over there dead asleep, and she is still transitioning to down here. She just spent her first few nights down here. Her birthday was December 16th, she just turned a year. And that was the first time she saw this room, was on her birthday. And, so the transition process, we started out just after she would be on the counter down here, we would leave her in this room for an hour or two. And she just, so that's been a month now, and she just started spending the night down here sometimes, just now. Took a couple tries to get her hand just right the way she wanted it.
Little child in here.
Out of that branch, but right in and out. Yeah, you gotta get the branches have to be just right. And then you make like some basket shaped ones like this up there in case they want to sit up in the trees. And then you make a couple crisscrosses so they can sit on a tree. But they can hang for days. But it's not, we see them sit more than we see them hang. And because our sloths have hammocks, you know, my ancestors didn't sit in a lazy boy either, but that was because they didn't have a lazy boy to sit.
Right.
We get some armchair warriors that get on there and say, oh, she should be returned to the wild where it's natural. She's her aunt, and we'll say, well, she's not a wild aunt, but her ancestors were wild. And I'm like, well, I'm one generation removed from an outhouse and, you know, no center feeding there. I don't have any interest in returning to that.
Oh,
So these ones, you know, being captive bred from birth, it's like you had your house cat that was born to its house cat mother and lived in your house for all its life, and you took it and chucked it out in the woods. It ain't gonna last long, you know. And similarly, if you brought a feral cat out of the woods and tried to have a big piece in your family, it's not gonna happen either. So these ones are multiple generations of captive bred. No, she would sit there for as long as we would. She'd be glad when summer comes over, so she can go out on her walks, we'll take them out on walks. But it's too cold right now. So the sloth, I mean, even when we move her back and forth to the house, that's why this basket is here. The basket's got towels all in it, and then we put a towel over it so she doesn't catch breeze and cold. Because sloths absolutely cannot take cold. Check out the pants for your camera. It's like a video game. So they don't like to mess with their feet, they should be in one time, you know. You better tell the monkeys feet. Tell the monkey's paws, that's just the way that their paws feel. And, yeah, it's like leather, but a little bit grippier than leather is. It's just like a monkey's feet, if you're a monkey. And the way that they're, yeah, so then the way that their hand is like a pair of channel locks or slip on or something. You know, they can grasp a very wide variety of widths of branches. So she's not fully grown yet, so her claws are still quite small. But the big guy next door, you know, he can grasp anything. This thing maybe the size of my thumb, probably about, you know, right there on my leg, one-handed. Because if he can get his claw part just a hair more than halfway around it, he can climb it all one-handed. But it's probably right at this size, that's where he would start the lumberjack, and, you know, do two hands. And then you go all the way, if he gets two hands, you know, 51% around it, they're halfway. They're well enough hard to grab. They can grab onto a very wide variety of diameters of things, but, you know, as a tool guy, that might be the thing you would have more interest in of a sloth than other things, just the way that their hands operate.
yeah.
They're like nature's channel locks. Or I guess not really channel locks, probably more like pipe
Like
wrench.
a monkey wrench, yeah, pipe wrench.
But you know, it's the one side bared down, the other side tightens up. And then, you know, the reason that they can hang for like days, hanging like this, for us, this is our stress exertion state, this is exerting energy. For us, this is a relaxed state, this is no energy exertion. They're the opposite, so when they're hanging on a branch like this, this is relaxed, this is exerting. So if you see her reach out, she'll reach out all slow like this, then she just snaps her back, because this is return to rest. This is exertion, this is rest. So when she's hanging by the branch like this, she's exerting no energy at all to hang there. It's so true that they're exerting no energy to hang, that if they died, they wouldn't necessarily fall out of the tree. Wow. Because they're exerting nothing to hang on like that. And then we use hardwoods in their enclosures so that the bark stays on the longest and no sap. And then their claws wear down on bark over time. With our co-op because they don't really reach around the branch, we have to put some asphalt shingles on the flat parts where they are to keep their claws formed down. More important for these guys than for the coati, because the coatis, if you cut their nails too short, you could quit them or you get it off. But these guys, their last bone of their finger is inside of the claw. So if you go cutting the claw on, you can cut the bone. So we really, really try, not only with, claws and stuff, but we try to do everything the most natural way possible out here. I mean, right down to pest control and everything. We try to use natural methods for everything. So it's kind of getting off the topic of sloths, but I know you guys have seen on my videos, you probably know everything I was going to say anyway. So like, on the
she's
topic
been
of-
stalking for a while.
on the topic of pest control, we have 3 specific things that we do out here. So one is manure management. We let poop dry in the fields before we rake it up, because flies need not only an organic food source, they need 50+% relative humidity for their eggs to hatch and dry. So they let the poop lay all over the place and dry out, and then you gather it, they don't have the humidity.
Yeah.
Then in the horse barn, we do not discourage the barn swallows from living in a barn. So in the spring, about 30 to 40 birds will show up, and they'll have 2 nests a year. Each nest will have from 2 to 6 babies in it. And the first nest will have its own babies before they fly away at the end of the year. And so by the end of summer, there will be more than 200 birds in there. And the barn swallows, they tend to eat the mosquitoes. So I have lived here 5 years and I've never been bitten by a mosquito yet because of the barn swallows.
He doesn't get it, I get
Well, I do think that the O positive thing means you get bitten more by a mosquito than everyone else. Because I can be sitting in a crowd of people and be the only one getting tore up. And I don't know, it's something about my body chemistry that the mosquitoes love me, but I've never been bit by a mosquito here because barn swallows get home. That's wild. And then if flies get in the barn, we just close all the doors before we go to bed at night. They're not too crowded to fly, it's just not their choice. And, but there won't be a moving thing there in the morning. And then the third thing we do is we get these little bugs called fly predators that you get from Spalding Labs in California, and they look like little tiny black ants. And you sprinkle them out on the ground. We get 35,000 months spring and fall, 70,000 month through the summer. Sprinkle these things out. These little jokers will walk in a diameter up to like 125 or 150 feet, looking for a fly's egg to lay their eggs inside of. And their life cycle is shorter than a fly's life cycle, so their egg hatches first and eats the fly's egg before the fly's egg hatches. Which seems like a lot of effort to kill one fly at a time, but when you realize that one female fly can have 800 babies in 45 days, you feel a lot better about it. And people will come out here and they'll comment, why, how are there, we just don't have bugs on this farm, and we don't use pesticides. And then the only real problem we have is none of these things can get inside of these kitchens. So sometimes we do have to hang a flag paper or something inside the kitchens where there's a lot of food going on. Barring that,
It's like a ninja at our house when the fly, we've got swatters chasing around the house.
oh man, the flies that lay eggs in the gardens outside of wood, and then you get inside of the house, and they don't come to the attractants that normally kill flies. And I'll be up there, I hate flies, so I'll be like walking around, just
No, I can't sleep if I'm smoking flies in there.
filled out, figured out I killed off his moss, because his moss was terrible. Which is ironic, that it has nothing to do with the sloths, because in the wild, sloths have a symbiotic relationship with moths, and they have to have moths. And here, they don't have or need moths, they don't, the moths don't come from them, but the moths are like, my house started paying with my existence. I mean, it's January right now, I swatted 2 moths yesterday.
We get stink bugs real bad too.
And there ain't anything you can do about snake bug.
Yeah, thanks. And my daughter, she's exercising.
And then my brother, that one's the most.
It's her room upstairs.
All of our rooms but one
Yeah.
upstairs. Hers is over the garage, I don't know if that.
In our house, it's the one that it's the windows that the sun gets the most, that big stink bugs go through the most. You can caulk them and seal them and nail them shut and still get bugs.
Still getting there.
But my house is bog, it's more than 20 years old and it still has powder post beetles that come out from time to time because they say the eggs were there in trees. Supposed to be max 20 years, but that house is at 25 right now. Last fall, I still came out one day and there was sawdust all over my dining table. That house was built between 99 and 2000, and it's 25 now. And the logs came from standing deadwood in the Pacific Northwest. Expect her to do something right, but she could sit there for hours like that.
I can do this one. So this is exactly what I needed. Love it.
We said recently, Kevin and I, that we were gonna put a heart rate monitor on somebody, when they're outside before they see the sloth, and then see like the spike, and then the, kind of what it was lower than
I
what it was
was very excited.
But the girl that I was in she's on some of our pictures because she showed up here wearing white, and Kevin's like, yes, high contrast for the little dash, the really dark colored sloth. So he hadn't started an encounter yet, there was a girl here who was wearing white from head to toe, so we're like, if you wanna be our model, you can get some extra sloth time, and she's like, absolutely. And she had a ring on, and I thought it was just like a hematite ring or something. She said it was a, what did she say?
Heart rate monitor.
It was a heart rate monitor. There was some brand name too.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I don't remember what it was, but she's like, oh no, I can tell you. She looked at the watch and the ring. It said heart rate monitor. And that would have thwarted our theory because her heart rate was fucking
90.
Yeah.
Hey, since you watch our channel so much, is there anything that we should do differently or that you think would be
No,
better?
I love it. As soon as I started watching and learning more, and I started looking at the website, we want to stay. It's just we have to commercially.
Yeah, no worries.
So have you seen the live feed, the 4-way camera that one's on flash and one's on the kangaroos and one's on the alpacas? One's like on the field out there?
It stopped about a week and a half ago when it started messing up. Yeah.
So
we have
they show
cameras
you
on all
where
the
the
stuff.
cameras are, and then you'll be able to orient what you're looking at. Because I wonder if people can really grasp the orientation of cameras, because what is it on?
It wasn't on TikTok, it was on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, you gotta look. But that one will just like play for hours live, you know, you can just leave it sitting on your desktop and, you know, at 4 o'clock, oh, there goes Flash walking around, you know.
And a lot of times, like if you're just up late at night, I'll take everything that happened the past couple days and I just let it loop all night. And so it'll let you see like a horse ride, a camel ride, overview of the farm. So I usually let this play all night. Sometimes people start asking questions and I'm like, it's obviously not really on. It's like light, you know, and it's the middle of the night. So just know that we're probably not looking at it.
I'll have to pull it up.
You gotta explain it.
Yeah, I mean, I even write in the title, I say, memories at the farm.
Yeah.
Better than watching Bad Boys for the 800. be training Vladik on these so you don't have to deal with those. I haven't done it yet. You gonna come out bear hunting with me tonight?
In front of Tony's camper, tracks everywhere,
How
like right
big?
up to the door. Something a little bit smaller than my hand, you can see the pads.
Yeah. So, when Vladik went out there last night, he said it was a cub that was sitting looking at him.
Yeah, I'd say it's,
Then I said, we gotta get him down here to tell his story. Because I was sitting here feeding baby kangaroos and he calls me and he's like, I saw the bear, it's in the red house. I'm like, he says, it's the baby. I'm like, dude, if there was a baby in the red house, the mom was somewhere around, so stay on the phone until you get clear of there. He's like, are you kidding me? I already jumped 3 fences before I got the phone.
oh, I can believe it, I can believe it.
So then we're out there last night with, you know, can I say what we're walking around with?
I'm not sure, but someone said that online. They said they were watching you last night when I told you to go live.
Oh,
They
yeah,
said they were
okay,
watching you.
so, we're walking around both with something small and something big, and some flashlights.
Right.
And, because we're not out to get him, but we're not out to get eaten either.
Right.
And, so the concern is that they're sleeping in the house with the rays, which are the white birds that are like emus but smaller. They're sleeping in the house with the rays, and I said to Ellie that works here, her dad is the head ranger for the state parks around here. And I'm like, hey, tell me what kind of food this is. And he's like, oh, that's great. I'm like, where's the thing? It's inside of my ray house, and the rays aren't dead. And he said, oh, well, this time of year, almost all the bears around here are almost entirely herbivores, or herbivorous, whatever you type in. Whatever, but he's like, so it doesn't surprise me that the bird is still alive. But I'm like, updates to follow, wait till that bear gets the munchies. And the birds are used to snuggling up against the nice
Yeah,
fur coat
they're
of the bear.
obviously climbing the
Yeah.
wooden fence too to get across.
Say
The
what?
bears are obviously climbing the wooden fences.
Well, I'm thinking that the mama bear must be what bent that fence all
Something
down.
did, yeah. Because the
Because-
cows would keep doing it if they wanted in
Well, the
there.
cows would have hit it this way, they wouldn't
Yeah.
come down on top of it, that's something that walked over it.
And
That
yeah,
metal fence couldn't hold the weight of.
yeah.
But, yeah, so about 9 o'clock tonight, we'll be out exploring for bears again. And, be interesting.
Hopefully they don't eat the rays, but if they do you think we could get sponsored by like KFC?
I don't know. they're
So you
pretty
put 'em
big
in the
on death
fridge?
part.
And they kind of go numb, and then when they warm back up, they come back to life.
The rays?
No, these things.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I leave them sit out on the counter before I throw them in Baku's little pile in there. Because if they're not moving, he sniffs around at them and walks away, but once they dig down in, he's all about digging in.
Hey, did you get a different cat food because you were told to, or is that just what you
It
got?
was what they had.
Okay, I'm wondering,
Fallon
Fa-
thinks he likes it better. I
there's
don't
always
know.
food left.
Say
Anytime
what?
I did the multicolored one, there was never food left.
Oh, really?
So I want to get both and try.
I just had to get
Whatever
that
they
at
had.
Food City and that was all they had.
Okay.
The other
The
came from,
dollar store should have that Meow Mix.
okay.
I'll look. All right, let's go feed the geckos.
Oh, there's a good picture.
Mm-hmm. So if you come out, we'll make you a bottle, buddy.
She can't quit with the awning today.
Katie's boring.
She had a morning encounter, didn't she? I was going to the doctor with my mom this morning. I wasn't here for the AM encounter.
She does spook because you scuff
Oh
your
yeah,
food
every
in
sound,
and
every
she's-
sound.
Did I see somewhere they only go to the bathroom like once a week?
3 or 4 times a month, once in 7 to 10 days. And when they do, they drop 1/3 of their body mass when they go.
Good Lord.
I happened to have taken a picture because our vet, the vet who raises these guys, is involved in their lives forever. So we are in continuous contact with him. And he gets exciting pictures like sloth poop and sloth bases and sloth weights and sloth diets and but that's part of what I love about him is he is absolutely involved in the sloth life like forever forward. And probably with AI now I can search poop in my phone. I bet it'll show it to me. Oh no, it's just looking for text word poop. How do I search for a picture of poop in my phone?
I don't think it's gonna recognize all the different types yet.
How about excrement?
But we did put a video up, I'm sure you guys saw it, where Flash came down and did like his dance. Did you see that one online? Oh, it's hilarious. So we normally never get to see that, but he comes down, he like holds the tree and he's like doing the dance. It was perfect.
I told him that, 'cause I saw that in a video that was like once a week, you can do it.
I tried the other word.
Oh no, John. See,
I'm surprised how often it's there.
we need a red light to let John to know to be appropriate when we're live.
One of us lacks for a filter. Oh, here we go. That's half. And that's my whole hand that's underneath that. That's half of what came out of her in one shot. Yeah. Good. Oh, you want me to show the audience a picture of what a sloth does?
Sure.
That was the last time Zoe dropped a deuce, and that's my whole hand underneath of that, and that's not the whole piece.
That looks so good.
Catching up with my coffee intake.
You'll be ready, caught up by tomorrow. So people always like, can you ask the same question? This is how it opens in, so that way it just hides in the back.
Oh, there you go. Is that you?
No.
Oh, that's good. You make fools, what do you do? Oh, what?
A nice technician.
I was gonna guess medical. You work in family medicine?
I actually don't know.
Okay, so my daughter, who's currently in Italy because her husband's in the Air Force, is a nurse oncologist at the Children's Hospital in Oklahoma City when she's in the States. And I'm like, whew, that's a real victory or agony of defeat there. There's no real middle ground in oncology.
No, there's not. I do, we don't have a pediatric oncology
Yeah.
program where I'm at now. They're working, they have a doctor that wants to do pediatrics in that area coming in here, like, I think he's a fellow right now.
Hopefully he'll still be a fellow when he's done with this thing, you never know.
But they wanted to start a practice in the hospital that I work for.
I had cancer in 01, and I had testicular cancer, so you know what chemo's like for that, so that was rough, yo. And I had RPLND in the whole shooting match. And so it was 10 years later that everything came back apart. So now I have a mash that goes from here to here with like 67 Titanium 58 screws all in it to keep my gear all better. But I guess chemo has come a long way since 2009.
Changes. I was an infusion nurse. I did outpatient chemotherapy for 8 years prior to being a practitioner.
And
It's come a long way since I'm not started.
so in our local area, I don't know what the research shows, but they've gone to 24-hour around the clock because they just don't have enough infusion chairs for all the patients that there are. And I asked someone else who was here recently who was in oncology, have you seen the same thing? And she said no, but then she said, well, of course, we did just move all of our facilities to places that had 2-3 times the square footages before. I'm like, okay, so you increased the number of chairs instead of the number of hours per chair, but yeah, that's still a dramatic uptick in the number of people in chemotherapy. So what do you think?
They combined, we have two big hospitals in our city, and that company actually bought the hospital that I worked for previously. So the one that I worked for when I was in infusion nurse, it was not very large, but we were full the whole time we were open.
Yeah.
From the time we started to the time it ended, to the point we had to send people inside the hospital to get some treatments. For the volume. And then, but they built a bigger infusion center and combined those two from the two hospitals they have, in our city. And it's still not good enough. They started, they were 5 hours, 7 days a week.
So you hold my
I was getting infused one time at the hospital instead of where I was kind of at the hospital, that's really rough for that. But, they were pretty excited one time because I like threw it down over my pole and walked down the subway while I'm getting infusion. They didn't think that was funny at all.
Yeah.
And another time I had it run off enough, so then you had to work all the machines, and that was before you had to put a passcode in, so I was like, geez, I'm gonna triple the infusion rate so I could get out of there at the early time. And, that was not a
Very
problem.
much, I'm sure.
No, I don't know, I was probably not the best patient in the whole wide world, but I was also nuts back
Oh,
then.
he's gonna jump on you, thinking.
And, so yeah, it was a different world. And then my other daughter just did her white coat ceremony, that she wants, I'm like, you make so much as a nurse, why would you wanna be a doctor? But she's an adrenaline junkie like her father, wants to have concert, you know. Yeah, she wants to do trauma surgery. And I'm like, so, you know, it's the ultimate
Don't push
rush,
your tongue
you
in
know.
it, okay?
I guess in trauma, you know, if you fix any of them, you did good, right?
We have a trauma center at one of the hospitals
Well, she's been the charge nurse of the trauma unit for 6 years at OKC, which is one of level 1 in Oklahoma. And so she's in med school now, and she's just absolutely loving it because everybody else is studying for hours and hours a day, and she's
Just let you know.
using her season tickets to the OKC Thunder and going to football games, and
That's so close.
you know, she's just like a cakewalk for it. And,
That's your kid.
yeah.
Like a kid.
Yeah, it took a while to decide to do that, so I practitioner.
Yeah, a little more autonomy at least.
In my field, it's harder, I have 9 doctors I work for,
Yeah.
and they're all different. So it's kind of like if you're doing it for a patient, it's kind of.
You got the one that likes to be pretty lazy. This one likes to sit around.
I think the infusion centers that have candy bowls sitting out are just horrible. Because, you know, cancer feeds on sugar and they sugar you up while you're getting the fetus. And I'm like, what in the heck?
Yeah,
I think that-
volunteers that bring all that in.
Yeah, I was like, and when my mother-in-law was having chemo, I said it was just the ultimate, they ought to be a non-compete because, or a conflict of interest, because she was going to, I'm sure it was supposed to be pronounced Oman, but it was the O-Man Cancer Treatment Center, and less than a mile away is the O-Man Funeral Home. I'm like, so, oh man, you got cancer. And then, you know, if the O-Man Cancer Treatment Center doesn't fix you, they got you either way, because the O-Man Funeral Home is right around the corner. I was in Chesapeake, Virginia. What do you think of those ones, KK? Bottle and baby
He's
candy.
sometimes don't finish his, but he'll let you know, he'll pull his head away. Something bit Tyler on the ear.
Oh, that would be the other one.
Mama did?
Oh, Tyler? I was thinking you were
Oh,
talking
no,
about
not
those. They
these.
sit
Yeah,
shit
these two
shit.
wrestle each other a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
I came
all
in
the
this
fish
morning,
are
they
over
were
here.
both in the red bag.
Have we fed these fish today?
No.
They've all come over here. Have to feed the fish.
'Cause, 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 'cause,
There's some cool ones.
Humidity is the trick
Mm.
for the dark frog.
There were a couple other ones, like that really bright green one, and then, but there was a whole list. I didn't have a time to do a deep dive, but I just thought it was like a neat small animal.
I was looking at Josh's frogs while I was sitting at the thing today. I don't know, I like the dark frogs, because you need something that's got some height, because the glass is all wonky around the top. And it will hold a couple of inches of water, when you get it up to like 8 or 10, it won't all. So, we could, I mean, if it was something that needed a little bit of water in the bottom, it could work. But from what I read, humidity is key to the dark frogs, but I think they look the coolest. Or tree frogs, because they climb and we can put stuff all up and down in there.
Yeah.
But you guys, you got the significant bonus time of nobody coming in behind, but you have other events not involving sloths, so we gotta figure it out.